So today we want to finish the schedule management and do some past paper questions. Okay. Right. So let's first finish our topic. Okay. So okay, I will just from the beginning we discuss the importance of time or the schedule management. Why it is very challenging, because you can't just keep adding resources and increase or decrease the time, because there are so many dependencies in a IT project management. It's not like construction or something like that. Of course, in construction also there are that kind of dependencies, but it's more complicated. Okay, so therefore we have to do proper scheduling, identify the activities, the resources needed and the time needed, the dependencies, any other constraints, right? So then we have to identify, we have to do the best scheduling. So best scheduling means with the available resources, we try to finish it with minimum time. Okay, so that is the idea behind that. So it's very, very important to identify any dependencies and any other prerequisites. Okay, so we discuss different type of dependencies, mandatory dependencies. Anyway, the note is available now. I may be doing little bit of change to that note, but pretty much, okay, I would say 95% of the time the note is now finalized. Okay, so therefore I uploaded it. Maybe slight changes I may do, right? So now I have uploaded up to the point topic 6. Okay, I'm waiting for other topics. Post I will be updating maybe next week. Okay, right. So we discussed the different type of dependencies, and also very, very important, the dependencies depending on the nature: finish to start, start to start, finish to finish, and start to finish. And last year paper they have asked you to explain each and every one. Actually, last year paper was very easy, I think, because it was during the corona pandemic they held the exam. So they have just asked this: explain each and every one with diagrams. Okay, right. So then we discussed that we have two main approaches in finding the critical path. Critical path is the path of the activities where we have zero slack time. Okay, zero slack time. That is critical path. So identifying critical path is critical. So critical means very important. Okay. So we have we discuss one approach, activity on arrow, right? Activity on arrow. So today we are going to discuss about activity on node. Activity on node. Last time we discussed, when we were discussing the activity on arrow approach, we found a limitation. That is, if there are sort of a conflicting dependencies, we have to introduce dummy activities, which is doable, but it's little bit more tasks, right? Little bit more tasks. Other thing is, activity on narrow approach is less descriptive approach. It's not a very comprehensive approach. Whereas activity on node approach is much more comprehensive. It's sort of very general approach. Okay, it's very general approach. So therefore, most of the time, when the question is complex, you have to go for activity on arrow. Sorry, activity on node. But when the problem is simple, sometimes activity on activity on arrow is going to be easier. Okay, right. So anyway, we are not going to do the activity on arrow today again, because we discussed that last time. So let's discuss. So we discussed this question last time. So let's discuss activity on a node approach. We discussed the use of dummy activities as well when there are complicated dependencies. Okay, right. Activity on arrow, or sometimes we call it, activity on node, or sometimes we call it precedence diagram approach. Okay, so let's see how it is done. So in this approach, we have activities on the node, right? Activities on the node. I think we didn't do this one, right? Did we do this? No, right? Activities on node. Okay, so now let's assume that, and then we will do a past paper questions as well. Now assume that these are the dependencies. So we have activities A, B, C, D, E, and B, C, D, and E depends on A. So when we say depends on, it's finish to start. Unless they mention specifically, you always assume that it is finished to start. That means A must be finished for B to start. A must be finished for C to start, D to start, and E to start. And C and D must be finished for F to start, and B and F must be finished for G to start according to this diagram. Okay. And G and E must be finished for H to start. Let's assume that they have given that. Okay. Of course, in the exam, they will not draw you the diagram. They will just tell you the story. Okay. We'll do a past paper question immediately. Okay. Right. So now here we have this kind of arrangement. This is the format that we use most of the time, but make sure examiner will give you different format sometimes. Then you have to stick to the examiner's format. Okay. Right. So here we give the activity label here, right? A or B or whatever. Okay. So then we have the duration here, right? Duration here in this particular format. Then we have the earliest start here, earliest finish here. Okay. We discuss about the earliest start and earliest finish in the activity on node approach as well. That is where we use only earliest start and earliest finish. But here we have two more, that is late start and late finish. Okay, late start and late finish. So earlier we had only earliest start and earliest finish. Now we have the late start and late finish, and also we can have the slack. So usually the slack both will be the same. So this is the slack for between earliest start and late start. This is the slack between earliest finished and late finish. Anyway, both are going to be the same, right? So therefore, it's okay to just have one slack also. But anyway, if you like, you can have the slack can be different. Yeah, slack can be different. So therefore, you need to have two slack values. The slack between earliest and late, so slack for the starting and slack for the ending. Okay. Right. Now this is the example we are going to do. We have these tasks A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and these are the duration of each task. And we have already mentioned the dependencies, right? B depends on A, C depends on A, D depends on A, E depends on A, F depends on C and D, G depends on B and F, and H depends on G and E. Okay. Now again we have to do the forward passing and the backward passing, just like the last time. Okay. Last time. So again we start with 0 as the earliest start. If you want, you can start with 1, but most of the time the convention is start with 0. Okay. Right. So now I can, in the forward pass, we are going to fill the upper values, earliest start and earliest finish value. In the backward passing, we are going to fill the late finish and late start. That is the idea. Right now, it's very easy. If the earliest start is 0, task A now the task is here. Yeah, last time task was here. These were just dummy points. Right. So the task A take 2 days. Therefore, earliest you can finish is end of second day. If you have any doubts, you have to ask. Okay. So this is really complicated topic, right? Right. So now these tasks depends on A. Earliest A can be finished is 2. Therefore, earliest B can be start, C can be start, D can be start, and E can be start is second. Right? Second day. Okay. So second day means at the end of second day, basically. Okay. So this is at the end of 0th day, that is beginning of first day. This is at the end of second day, earliest finish. So therefore, this is at the end of second day or beginning of third day. Okay. Right. So this take 15. So therefore, this is 17, earliest finish. Now that is easy. 10 plus 2, 12. 13 plus 2, 15. 18 plus 2, 20. So those are the earliest finish dates. Now we have to look at this one. So if you go by this part, earliest finish is 12, therefore earliest start is 12. If you go with this one, here the earliest finish is 15. We have to finish this to start this. So therefore, from here, earliest start is 15. So remember, in the forward pass, we have to take the bigger guy, because just because this is finished, we can't start it because we depends on both. So therefore, we have to wait until both are done. So therefore, earliest start is 15, and 15 plus 15 is earliest finish is 30, because this is the duration. Now we have again merging. So from this side, it's 17. From this side, the earliest start is 30. So we have to go with the bigger guy, because both has to be done. 30 and 10 days. Again, we have merging. Here, the earliest start is 40. And from this way, earliest start is 20. So we have to take the bigger guy. So the earliest start is 40. And 40 plus 5, earliest finish is 45. Okay. Right. So now we have done with the forward passing. At the end of the forward passing, you have the earliest start and earliest finish date. Now we are going to do the backward pass. So you have to take your biggest value. Anyway, that we have only one bigger value. That you can put it as a late finish. Idea is our late finish, we don't want to delay more than earliest finish, because we want to do it with a minimum number of days. So therefore, we always take, we did the same thing last time also in the activity on node approach also. So my late finish is 45. That means my late start must be 40, because this take 5. Okay. Now I have to do the backward passing. So this is 40 means this is 40, because that is the late finish, because this is the late start, and this is 30. Okay. So this is 30 means this is 30, because earliest late finish is here, late start. So therefore this is 15. Okay. So this is 30 means this is 30. This is 30 means this is 15. Okay. And this is 40 means this is 40. So this 40 means this is 14, 40 minus 18, 22. Okay. So now we have here 15. So this is 15 means this is 15. This is 15 means this is 2. This is 15 means this is 15. 15 minus 10 is 5. Now we have that also. Now again we have a sort of a merging point. From this side it is 15. From this one it is 5. From this one it is 2. And from this one it is 22. Okay. So we have to, in the backward passing, we have to take the smallest, not the biggest. So therefore, here you have the 2, smallest. So 2 minus 2 is 0. Right? If you do it properly, always there will be a one path having all the activities having 0 slack. Remember, this is slack. Right? So this is 0, 0. Right? So this is 0. This is no. This is yes. This is 0. This is 0. This is not 0. If you don't have that kind of path, you have made a mistake. Okay. So this is 0. This is 0. This is 0. This is 0. And this is 0. This is 0. Now other one we can now mark it. So 15 minus 2 is 13. 30 minus 17 is 13. 5 minus 2 is 3. 15 minus 12 is 3. 22 minus 20 is big slack, 20 days slack. 20 days slack. And now you can see that this is the path, critical path, right? So from here, this task, right? So this task is slack 0, slack 0, and of course this final one is always slack. So therefore, that is your critical path. That is your critical path. So therefore, what are the critical activities? A, C, F, G, and H. Because if you delay a single day on those tasks, your deadline is going to be more than 45 days. So yes, we can do it within 40, sorry, we can finish it on 45th, at the end of 45th day. Okay. But if you delay any of these tasks, it's going to be delayed. But here you can delay it up to 13 days without delay in the project. This one you can delay up to, no, this, okay, I made a mistake. This is the critical path, not this, okay? I made a mistake. This is not the critical path. This is, oh. Unfortunately, undo is not there. Code Mac one, control setting about. Right. So anyway, you saw it. This is the critical path. Right. So this is the critical path, and these are the critical activities. A, right? O, D, F, G, and H. Okay, those are the critical activities. If you delay any of those tasks by at least one day, your tasks are going to be, your deadlines are not going to be met. But this one, your task B, can be delayed by 13 days. This can be delayed by 12 days, sorry, 3 days. This can be delayed up to 20 days without delay in the deadline, as long as you have enough resources and your resources will not be taken to others. Okay. So, but these things you can't delay. Okay. So that is how you do it. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Right. So do this one. Just do, now you have to do it. Okay. Now you have to do it. Take, I will give 5 minutes because you have, this is something you must do. Now then we'll do the past paper question, right? So, right, do this quickly. These are the activities. So that means B depends on A and its duration is 4. A does not depends on anything. It's 3 days. And assume that dependencies are finished to start, right? Predecessor must be finished for next one to start. On a sketch එකකුත් තියෙනවා ඕනෙම නම් මේක බලන්න දෙයක් නැහැ මේක දිහා බලාගෙන කරන්න ඕන ටක් ගාලා හරි ඊට පස්සේ මේ හැම නෝඩ් එකකම දාන්න ඕනේ මේ හතර එක then you have to do the forward passing starting with 0 then the backward passing then find the critical path ටක් ගාලා කරන්න දැන් මේක කළා ඉවරයක් කරගන්න ඕන ආයි ඉතුරු කරගෙන හරි අනාන ඉන්න බෑ ටක් ගාලා කරන්න I will give 5 minutes 5 minutes because today we are going to do a lot of questions, not much theory. Don't look at the note, just look at the table. That's it. That is the only thing. This is also additional thing. Don't look at this one also. You can draw it by yourself. Do it quickly. Remember, this is our format. Use the this format. Right. Earlier start, earliest finish, late start, late finish, and this is your slack, right? And you can give your duration here and label here. Okay, so this is, you don't have anything. Label, duration, earliest start, earliest finish, late start, late finish. Do the forward passing, do the backward passing, identify the critical activities and the critical path and the critical activities. Okay, do it quickly. Okay, so let's do. I hope you got the answer. I'm going to use this one itself. Okay, is it small? No, right? It will be enough. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit zoom up. Right. So this is my first one, second one, third one. Remember activity on node. Activity on node. Is it enough for me? Right. So the dependencies, A is not depending on anything. B depends on A. C depends on A. D depends on B. Right. And E depends on C. Right. E depends on C. F depends on C. G depends on D and E. D and E. Okay. G depends on D and E. And H depends on F and G. F and G. Okay. H depends on F and G. And they have given the durations. So the A duration is 3. Duration is 3. A duration, anyway, I can't remember exactly where I am supposed to write duration. Okay, so let's say duration is here. It doesn't matter, right? I will say duration is here. Right, so the duration is 3. I will say 3. B duration is 4. C duration is 2. D duration is 5. E duration is 1. F duration is 2. G duration is 4. And H duration is 3. So that is your duration, right? So now we can start. So this, remember, earlier start, earlier finish, late start, late finish. So let's say earlier start is 0. So 0 plus 3 is earliest finish is 3. Okay. So that earliest finish can be the earliest start here. So therefore 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. That can be the earliest start here. 7 plus 5 is 12. I think we are supposed to keep it here. It doesn't matter. Okay. So I'm just using the label here. Label is here anyway. Right. A, B, D, G, E, C, F, and H. Okay. Right. So now, so this is 0. So this is 3 means this is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. Right. So this is 5 means this is also 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So this is 5 means this is also 5 because late start, earliest finish is earliest start here. 5 plus 2 is 7. That is earliest finish. Right. Now we have merging. So from here it is 12. From this part, earliest start is 6 because late earliest finish is 12, earliest finish is 6. So both has to finish. So therefore we have to take the bigger one. So therefore it is 12. So then 12 plus 4 is 16. Now here again we have 16 from this part, 7 from this part. Again we have to take the bigger 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. Let's say whether we got 19 in the answer. Yes, right. And now we can do the backward passing. Now we can do the backward passing. Now, which one is the biggest one? 19. So you take that as the late finish, right? Late finish. So therefore, this is 19. So 19 minus 3 is late start is 16. That 16 I can put it there as the late finish. So 16 minus 2 is 14 late start. That 16 I can write it here also. 16 minus 4 is 12. Okay. That 12 I can write it here. 12 minus 5 is 7. And that 5 I can write it here. 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay. No, can't be. When the early start 3, late start 1 and completed. Just give me 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Right, sorry for that. So let's see where it went wrong. So 12, right? 12 plus, sorry, 12 minus 5 is 7. So yeah, 12 minus 5 is 7 because this is the duration. So therefore, this is 7 and 7 minus 4 is 3. And when this is 3, this is 3. Okay. And now we have two options. So you have to just wait. We can't do this 3. We can't take this one as 3. Right. Now we came up to this point. From here it is, this one is also okay. Now this one is 12. So this one is 12 means this one is 12. Right? Because this one and this one is same. So then 12 minus 1 is 11. That is also done. And now we have merging point. Right? Merging point. This is 11, this is 14. So from this side 11, from this side 14. Remember in backward pass we have to take the smallest one, which is 11. Then 11 minus 2 is 9. Okay. Now we have another merging point. From this side 9, from this side 3. Again we have to take the smaller guy, 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. That's it. Now always there must be a critical path, otherwise you have made a mistake. Right? You have made a mistake. You should see that this is 3300, 3377, 77, 12, 12, 12, 12, 16, 16, 16, 16, 19, 9. So that means this is critical path. Okay, this is critical path. Of course, slack you can write. Here the slack is 0 anyway. So slack is 0. Now there you can calculate the slack. 12 minus 6 is 6. 6. 9. 9. 4. Sorry, 5. 9. 11යි 11 දෙයක් ගියා 9යි 5න් 5යි 6 නේ 6 ඔන්න වැඩේ ඉවරයි. So and these are critical activities and we can finish it within we can earliest finish is 19, and of course that is our late finish. So therefore the project duration is 19 days. 19 days. Okay. Let's see, are we correct? Yes, 19. And this is our critical path. This is our critical path. 16, 12, 7, 3. 16, 12, 7, 3. Correct. Okay. Right. So now I'm giving you the opportunity to do a question. Let's do a past paper question. If you have any doubts, you have to ask. Okay. This is not a very easy thing. Okay. Right. So let's do. I think last year paper. No, not last year. The year before last year. Right, let's first do the last year paper. It's easier one, okay? Right, so this is your second question. First question is from risk management. I think still we haven't done the risk. No, still we didn't do the risk management. Right, second question. You get only 2 questions. So that is the risk you having. Because you have only 2 questions. If you cannot do 1 question, 50% of the, sometimes if you can't do, you get 0, because it's not a theory part mostly. Just you have to do the calculation. Okay, right. So this one is very easy question because it's theory question. Consider the 2 tasks A and B. Right. Using only these 2 tasks, explain the 4 types of task dependencies in Gantt chart. Your answer should have the following for each type of dependency. Write each dependency in the separate answer box below. Name of the task dependency, description of the dependency, diagrammatic representation of the dependency in the Gantt chart. But in the Gantt chart, you must have only 2 tasks. Okay, only 2 tasks A and B. So what are the 4 types of dependencies? The most widely used one is finish to start. That is what we have been using in this example. Okay, finish to start. Then we have start to start, finish to finish, and start to finish. So there are 4. Right? So you have to take one by one. First, you have to say finish to start. That is the most widely used. Say finish to start. That means first one must be finished for the other one to start. Then you have to draw it. This is my A. Right? So this is my B. And this is my dependency. Clearly finish to start. Right? You have to draw the dependency. And you have to say finish to start A and B, and this is the dependency. Right? Finish to start. You can see. You better mention A and B also. It must be finished for next one to start. Okay. You better draw in the same. Right. It's better to draw it in the same line, because usually on that day we can start also, but it's optional, right? Okay. If you want, you can just take a buffer and do it. So then you have to mention, say, something like finish to finish. So that means this must be finished, right? So let's draw different one. Say this must be finished for the other one to be finished. Otherwise, we can't say that it is finished. So it's something like this. So this is my A, this is B. We can't say that B is finished until A is finished. That is a dependency. Finish to finish. Okay. So then start to start. A must be started for B to start. Right? A and B, start to start. So this is finish to start, finish to finish. So then we have start to finish. Start to finish. A must have started for B to finish. B to finish. Start to finish. It's something like this way, right? A must have started for B to finish. B finish when कोई वेला अगर A start होना होता है, उन नोटिक वेने में explain करता है. start to start, start to finish. Start to finish එක. මෙයා start to නවතයි මෙයා finish කියලා අපි ගන්න. Start to finish. Right. This is start to start. And this is finish to finish. And this is finish to start. Finish වෙච්ච පැත්තේ ඉඳලා start එක. So you must have no doubt about those things. And then you have to draw it properly and explain it. Okay, explain. And just a small explanation, start to finish. Task B cannot finish until task A has begin or start. Likewise, description, label, description, and diagrammatic representation. Okay. Right. So that's only, you don't have, they haven't given you a calculation at that time. Okay. So I'm not going looking at the MCQ right now. This is the previous year. Right. That year, no question from the scheduling. It's all about procurements and other things. Actually, that year paper was easier. That is 2019. The lucky people. Then the 2018. I'm looking at the second paper. Right, so this is costing. Sorry, this is NPV and other things. Right. So this one I'm not going to do because I also have doubts on this one. Okay, so we'll do this maybe when the exam is nearing, because I also have doubts on how to do this question. I can do this, but I have doubts about the examiner, how the examiner came into the conclusion. Okay, anyway, you can give it a try. You can give it a try. We'll be discussing that later. Okay, because it's a sort of a controversial answer. Okay. Right, so this is 2017 paper, same syllabus. Right, so it's a fairly complicated question. So you have to do it. Okay, you have to do it. So read the question properly. And first you have to draw now this is the approach. Okay. I will help you so that because I really want you to do it. Don't get intimidated by the size of the question. Okay, don't get intimidated. So just because you get 1 hour of 2 questions, that means you have half an hour for this question. Ahir, Cat, Talon, Sin, Lux, Israel, Saya, Karthus are 8 individuals that are assigned specific tasks in the overall project title, Saving the Rift. Tasks are named after 8 individuals. So the tasks are given the name of the individuals. Okay, that means they have only one task. Furthermore, during the time estimation, it was revealed that the completion time for the task conducted by Talon and Karthus was 6 weeks each. Similarly, since task was estimated take 7 weeks, whilst task by Ahir, Israel, Sahiyak, Cat, Kate, or whatever, Lux were estimated in weeks, okay? Not days. 12, 10, 5, and 4, and 1, respectively. Apart from the time estimation of the task, the following task dependencies were identified. What is the first dependency? Ahir's task needs to be completed before Talon. So that means after Ahir's task only, Talon task can be started. Cat's tasks need to be completed before Talon. Right? So that means Cat's task must be completed before Talon, and Sin and Lux. So their task cannot be started only after Cat's task is done. Lux and Israel needs to complete their task before Sahiya. Then Sahiya කෙනෙකුත් ඉන්නවා sin කෙනෙකුත් ඉන්නවා. මම යාට xi කියලා දාන්නම්. Lux and Israel. උන. තව Israel කියලා එක්කෙනෙකුත් ඉන්නවා. ඒ දෙන්නගේ task එක ඉවරුනහම තමයි complete before the Sahiya. So මම යාට කියන xa කියලා. එතකොට තමයි එයාගේ වැඩේ පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. Talon and Sin need to complete their task. Right? Talon and Sin can xi. ඒ දෙන්න ඉවර වෙන්න ඕන කාර්තුස්ට වැඩේ පටන් ගන්න. There's another dependency. Carthus. Now you know the dependencies. Okay. So then identify that ඉස්සර වේ වගේ එකක් අඳගන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා හරි එකපාරට ලොකු එකක් දෙන්න යන්න එපා. So then identify the durations also. Talon and Carthus 6 weeks. So where Talon, let's take a different color. I'm just going to help you. Talon 6 weeks, Carthus 6 weeks. Okay. Since task was estimated 7. මෙයාගේ 7. මොකද මේකත් එක බෑනේ මේ වැඩේ කරන්නේ මේක ඩයග්‍රෑම් එකකට අරගෙන තමයි ලොකු එකක් දෙන්න ඕන. I'm just helping you, giving you the approach how to tackle. නැත්නම් එකපාරට බය වෙනවා මෙහෙම එකක් දුන්නා. හරි. Project managers ලා බය වෙන්න බෑනේ. Project managers ලා engineers ලා, හරි leaders ලා. Since task was estimated 7 weeks, why is the Ahiri කීයද? 12යි. Then Israel 10. Then Saya, whatever, Saya 5. Saya 6 කියලා ගත්තේ. Carthus තමයි 6. Carthus के 6. Saya තුන්වෙනි එක 5යි. වෙන cat and lux 4 and 1. Oh, cat. අපෝ කීයක්ද දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවනේ. මෙයා ඇවිල්ලා කවුද? කීයක්ද දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවනේ. ඉතින් කොහෙද? මේ cat Kate whatever hari. Kate whatever. මේ ඇවිල්ලා Carthus හරි කවුරු හරි නේ. Carthus. මේ T වලින් ඉවරයි. හරි. So තව මොනවද දෙන්න ඕන? Saya cat cat one මන් දන්නේ හරි 4 අය 4 එතකොට 4 and lux 1 මෙයාට එකයි ලියන්න. දැන් ඩියුරේෂන් හරිද? මෙයාගේ තාම ආවේ නැහැ නේද? මේ කවුද? T. Talon and Carthus 6. Talon 6 Carthus 6. ඔන්න දැන් ටයිම් ටිකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් ඔයා දින්න ඕන මේ ෆෝමැට් එක දීලා තියෙන අනිවාර්යෙන් මම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? activity or note. මේ note වලට දැන් මම පුරවන්න. පුරවල ඉවරල forward pass එක කරන්න ඕන, backward pass එක කරන්න ඕන. critical path එක හොයන්න ඕන, right? The skeleton of the activity or note network diagram note for the project is given below. This is the note only. Complete it by naming the nodes with their task names and linking them. That means the dependency. Also fill the other relevant values in the respect of each node. Strictly follow the description of the node context given. Clearly mark the critical path too. You have to mark the critical path too. Right. So please take extra care when completing the diagram, as answer written on any other paper then this will not be evaluated. So that means you can do it in a rough paper, but finally you have to take it into your answer sheet. Right? You don't get extra sheets. Right? You have to answer within the given space. So therefore, you do it in a rough one, then put it into your, convert it to the answer sheet. Okay. Right. So So you have to do it. You have to do it. So we'll take a break. So we take 15 minutes break. That is 7:55 to 8:10. Sorry, 10 minutes break. Right. Sorry for that. Okay. Right. So now we have identified the dependencies and the duration. Now we have to convert this into a just everywhere you need to have this arrangement. So because the examiner is asking this particular format, right? Everywhere you need to have this kind of arrangement. Okay, everywhere. So I'm not going to draw it again because I'm using the answer sheet. Only thing is, in the answer sheet, the examiner has not mentioned this K to T dependency by mistake. Other than that, there must be this dependency also. Other than that, all the others are the same thing, right? Same thing. This is same thing. You can say K to these three is there, right? 1, 1, 1, and from Talon and Sin, we have the Carthus. Talon and Sin Carthus, and this L and E fruit to Xi, Xi, L and E. So this is L and this is E, Israel and Lux. Okay, Lux and Israel to this one. Okay, so I'm going to, I will show you how to fill it. First, I will just hide these things. Okay, then I will edit. Okay. Now this diagram is same. Okay, so diagram is, you can draw the diagram. I'm just reusing the diagram because then it's faster. Right. So durations we already identified, right? Duration. So therefore I'm going to unhide the duration. Right? So duration is here. That is something they have given us. So first of all, you have to write down the duration. That is your starting point. Okay. That is your starting point. Now we can start. Right. So these three tasks are not having any dependencies. Right? You can see A, K, E, they don't have any dependencies. So therefore, the earliest start is 0. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Right. So the earliest start is 0. Here also earliest start is 0. Here also earliest start is 0 because they are not depending on anything. So the tasks take 12 days. So therefore, earliest start, earliest finish. Okay. Earliest finish is 12. It's very easy. Earliest finish is 4. Earliest finish is 10. So in the forward pass, we are only interested in earliest start and earliest finish. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, right. So sorry for that. Okay, right. So now we have the earliest start and earliest finished of the first three tasks. They are not depending on anything. Now there's a two dependencies are there. Okay. So this is earliest start for this one. If you go by this one is 12. If you go by this path, because it depends on this one, cat or cat or whatever stars. So we have to take the biggest because it depends on both. This will be earliest, this will be end is 12, earliest this will end is 4. So therefore we have to wait until both are done. So therefore it is 14. So therefore 14 plus 6 is 20. So this one obviously only one dependency, that is 4. 4 plus 7 is 11. And again this one is also 4. 4 plus it is 1 day, 1 week plus 1 week 5. Right. So now we have again two dependencies. If this side it is 20, from this side it is 11, we have to wait for until both are done. Both are done after 20 days. 20 plus 6 is 26. Okay, 26. Okay. Now from this side, now there are two dependencies. From this one it is 5. From this one, because this depends on this one as well as this one. Okay. Israel and Lux. You know, Israel, Lux, they're not going to make one that depends, you know. Sai. Yeah. So from this way it is 5. From this way it is 10. So we have to take the bigger. Therefore it is 10. Then 10 plus 5 is 15. Now you have to look at which one has the biggest earliest finished or the earliest finish date, basically. Earliest finish date, the biggest earliest finish date is 26. So therefore we have to take that value here, and here also we have to take that because that is your project end task. So therefore this one also so the late finish is 26. Late finish is 26 because anyway this task ends in 26th day. So therefore we can delay this one also for until 26th day. So now 26 minus 6, because there is the earliest late start date. 26 minus 6 is 20. 26 minus 10 is, sorry, 26 minus 5 is how much is 26 minus 5? 21. 21. So then this is same as this because this is the late start, this is the late finish, because only that dependency. So therefore it is 21. Then 21 minus 1 is 20. So this is 20. Oh, we are 24. Where 12. Oh, we call them 14 then. 14 and band equal 12 equal 4. When 14, yeah. Yes, I mean, okay. So this is 12, this is 4. You have to take the bigger guy. Bigger guy is not 14. Right. So then right. So bigger guy is 12. 12 plus 6, 18. So from this side 18, from this side 11. The bigger guy is 18, therefore it is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. Okay. Right. So now we have to put 24 here. And here also 24. Right. 24. So 24 minus 8 is 18. Right. 18. And 24 minus 5 is 19. This is 19. 19. Okay. So this is 19 means this is 19. 19 minus 1, 18. Right. Maybe I think this is 18 means this is 18. 18 minus 6, 12. right? 12. Now then මේ පැත්ත 18 means 18, one dependency. This is 18. 18 minus 7 is 11. 11. හරි? දැන් අපි දන්නවා මෙතන 12. ඒක 12 කියන්නේ මෙයා 12. So this is 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. ඔන්න critical path එකක් අහුණා දැන් හරි. මේ පැත්තෙන් so this is 18, this is 11. From here it is 11. මේ පැත්තෙන් 11. මේ පැත්තෙන් ආවොත් 18. backward pass එක ගන්න ඕන පොඩි එකක් වෙනවා. එතකොට මේ පැත්ත 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. හරි මේ පැත්තත් ඉවරයි. දැන් මෙයා this is 19, that means this is 19. And 19 minus 10, 9. ඔන්න වැඩේ ඉවරයි. හරි ඔන්න වැඩේ ඉවරයි. So මේ දිගාල බලමු දැන් 0 12 12 18 18 24 24 18 18 11 11 7 9 19 18 19 19 24 15 10 now duration කොහොමද හරි stack එකේ දොරින් මම බිංදු වෙනවා හරි 18 12 stack එකේ බිංදුව හරි මේක stack එකේ බිංදුවයි 12 0 now you can see stack is 0 0 0 12 12 12 12 and earlier start late start සමානයි earliest finish late finish සමානයි so this is the critical path අනිත් ඒවාට slack එනවා හරි මේක 4 0 4 11 4 5 10 0 මේවට slack තියෙනවා because earlier start is 0 late start is 7 slack is 7 earlier start is 4 late start is 7 slack is 7 so they have slacks and this is your critical path this task is in the critical path this task is in the critical path this task is in the critical path okay so therefore it is this and this in the critical path and the project will take 24 days so if you delay a single day for these 3 tasks it is going to delay the project okay but these tasks have buffers in the sense the slacks okay පොඩ්ඩක් මෙයා දවස් 9ක් ඩිලේ කරන්න පුළුවන් මෙයා 9 වෙනි දවසේ පටන් ගත්තත් කමක් නැහැ 0 date එකේ වෙනකොට ඒත් ඔයාගේ project deadline එක මාරු වෙන්නේ okay any questions so if you have any doubt you have to ask okay no questions okay so let's do another question because today we are going to do a lot of questions දෙකට exam අංකල් ආයෙ මේවා කරන්නේ නැහැ past papers කියලා වෙනම කරන්නේ නැහැ second papers so there was another question here right මේ question එක දැන් ඔයාලට තනියෙන් කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන අටකල කරන්න මේක this is 2014 paper එක නැත්තම් ඔයාගේ university wheel එකෙන් ගන්න පුළුවන් හරි ඔයාලට wheel එක ඕනේ අටකල කරන්න activity on node විදිහට අඳින්න කියලා නෑ මේ අවුරුද්ද okay the activity on node විදිහට අඳින්න ටක් ගාලා පටස් කාලා කරන්න ඕන විනාඩි 10යි Right. So let's do it. Okay. ඉස්සෙල්ලා කටුවට අදිමුවා. ඊට පස්සේ හරිය කඳිමු. Just the dependency I need first. A is right. Let me make it short, simple. Right. So A is not depending on anything. Right. A is not depending on anything. Then B depends on A. B depends on A. C is not depending on anything. D depends on C. D depends on C. So this is B depends on A. D depends on C. And E depends on H and B. Right. So E depends on H and B. So that is E. Okay, E depends on H and B. F is again independent. G depends on A and F. Right. So G depends on A and F. Okay, so A must be somewhere here then, right? So then F must be somewhere here. Then right. So G depends on A and F. Okay. G depends on A and F කියන්නේ G F මේ හරියට දාගමු. F right. G depends on A and F, and H depends on D and G. D සහ G මත. එහෙනම් අපි C මෙහෙන් අරගෙන D මෙහෙන් දාගමු. දැක්කද? එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔක එකපාරක් අඳින්න කියන දැන් නාලා. දැන් D සහ G මත depends වෙනවා H. H. දැන් හරියට අඳිනවා. දැන් හරියට අඳින්න පුළුවන්. අපිට ඕනේ AB උඩට උඩින් දාන්න පුළුවන් දැන්. So I have A. Depending on A, we have B. Depending on B, we have E. Right? And also we have H. H. So then we have A and G. Right? F and G. And C, D. And H depends on D and G. G and D. Okay, so that is my diagram. Okay, that is my diagram. So now I am going to have that boxes. And I'm going to have the boxes now. Get it back. Right. So I will go for this approach. ෆොටෝ අඳින්නත් ඕන ඉඩ පිළිබඳ ප්‍රශ්නකුත් තියෙනවා මට. හරි. එක්සෑම් ඒරියා ලොකුට අඳින්න මට මේ ස්ක්‍රීන් එකක් පොඩි. මෙතනත් එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. ඔන්න ඔය ටික එනවා. හරි. වෙන පාටකින් ලියන්න. right. A मैं वही किरदार ना A H B G C D H E. And durations, A 2 days, A 3 days, A 3 days, B 2 days, C 10 days, C 10 days, D 10 days, and D 10 days, E 3 days, E 3 days, F 4 days, F 4 days, G 5 days, and H 6 days, right? ඉවසිල්ලෙන් කරන්න වෙනවා. H 6 days. There is H 6 days. Right. Now we are done. Let's double check again the dependencies. A is independent. B depends on A. Correct. C is independent. Correct. D is depending on C. Correct. E depends on H and B. H and B, correct. H and B. Because if the dependencies are wrong, everything is wrong. Okay. F is independent, correct. G depends on A and F. Right? G depends on A and F, correct. And H depends on D and G. Right? This is D and G. Yes. G and D. Okay. හරියටම දානවා මෙන්න මේවයින් මේවට අඳින්න ඕන දැන් ආ. අපි හරියට කමන්නේ දෙකම එකයි හරි. හරියටම අදිනවා මෙතනින් මෙහෙම යන්න ඕන. මේ අකුරු තියෙනවනේ මේවයි ආ. මේ විදිහට දැන් අඳිමුද? අන්න මෙයාගෙන් මෙයාට මෙයාගෙන් මෙයාට මෙහෙම එකක් නැහැනේ දැන්. H के टाइम में किए H duration is 6. දැන් හරියට මදිනවා. A is independent. කවුරුත් මම එක්කෙනෙක්ව දාන්නේ. A B C D E වෙන්න ඕනේ හතරක් තියෙයි. E තුනයි. මේ නීනේ. හතරක් තියෙන්නේ කවුද? F වෙන්න ඕන. right දැන් මාක් කරමු හරියට. නැත්නම් ඔක පැටලෙනවා. Anyway you get 30 minutes මේක අනිත් එක චූටි කොටසක් නේ. ඒතකොට මේකට ඇත්තට විනාඩි 20ක් විතර ගන්න පුළුවන් right. So your A is independent. B depends on A. B depends on A. C is independent. C is independent. D depends on C. D depends on C. E depends on H and B. H and B. F is independent. Okay. G depends on A and F. This is G depends on F and A. Okay, G depends on A and F. Then H depends on D and G. D and G. Then another pattern. Now there are, this is independent, this is independent, this is independent, this is independent. So they all can start. Now this is earlier start, earlier finish, late start, late finish. Okay. So let's take this one. Zero. This one zero. This one also zero. This one also zero. Okay. Because they are not depending on any task. So therefore, this task take 3 days. Earliest finish is 3. Here earliest finish is 6. Here earliest finish is 4. Here earliest finish is again 10. Right? So because it takes 10 days. See. Now, so this one is only depending on this one. So B, therefore I can take this as 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. Right? And here we have 5. From here we have 6. We have to take the bigger because both has to be finished. 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay. What about this? This is 3 means this is 3. This is 4 means this is 4. Both has to be finished. So therefore we have to take the bigger guy. And 4 plus 5 is 5. Or 4 plus 5 is 9. So from here 10 and another 10 days. 10 plus 10 is 20. From here we have 20. From here we have 9. We have to take the bigger guy 20. And therefore this is 26. I thought then make a look we can higher now. So now we are going for the backward pass. This is 26. 26 minus 6 is 20. So that I can put it there. 20 minus 10 is 10. Right. So then 20, this is 20. 20 minus 5 is 15. So therefore this is 15. And this is 11. Okay. And here also we have to put 26 now. Well, they can we have 26 down. 26 minus 3 is 23. So therefore this is 23 now. 23 minus 2 is 21. Right? So this is 23 means this is 23. So therefore this is 17. And you're right. And this is 21. So 21 means from here 21, from here 15. We have to take the smaller one, 15. 15 minus 3 is 12. This is 10, therefore this is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Uncritical path. That is a critical path. So therefore this is critical. So this is critical path. Others are not critical paths, and others are not. So they have the slack. They have the slack, but these 3 tasks don't have slack. ඉතින් 6න් 20 ක් ගියාම ස්ලැක් එක 9න් 20ක් ගියාම ඉතින් 6න් 20 ක් ගියාම මෙතන 17ක ස්ලැක් එකක් තියෙනවා. මෙතන 12ක ස්ලැක් එකක් තියෙනවා. මෙතන 11ක ස්ලැක් එකක් තියෙනවා. But here you don't want slack ලියන්න ගියේ නෑ. මෙතනත් 11ක ස්ලැක් එකක් තියෙනවා. Right? So this is where you don't have slack. So their critical tasks are C, D, and H. And the project take 26 days. බලමු උත්තරේ හරිද කියලා. වැරද්ද නැහැ කියලා හිතනවා මම. වැරද්ද නොගන්න මේ විදිය අහුවෙලන්නේ. තිහක් කියලා දෙන්න ඕන. අන්න ඒ පාර වෙන එකක් ඇවිල්ලා. කොතනද වැරද්දි කියලා 1 11 බලන්න. ඒක ඔයා 1 කියලා දාලා පටන් ගන්න තියෙනවා. මම 0 කියලා දැම්මේ. ඒක කමන්නේ. Oh, A ඇවිල්ලා 1 3 13 16 A. Oh, A. 1 3 වෙන්න බෑ කොහොමද? 1 නම් 4 වෙන්න ඕන. මෙතනත් එයාගේ වරදලා තියෙනවා. හරි. 1 නම් 4 වෙන්න ඕන. ඒත් කොහොමද 13 නම් 13 16 නම් 1 නම් 4 වෙන්න බෑ. 13ට 3ක් කියනවා 16යි නේ. 1ට 3ක් කියනවා 4 වෙන්න ඕන. එතන ඉඳලා මෙතන 4 කියලා හැබැයි හරියට දාලා තියෙනවා. ඒතකොට එයාට මට වැඩි එකක් එකතු වෙන්න ඕන. එයා 4 6 ඔය 13 16 තමයි 12 15 කියලා හරි හරි this is correct so මේක හරි දැන්ට මේක හරි A හරි බලමු කොහෙද අපි වෙනස් වෙන්නේ කියලා B 4 6 25 27 හරි 4 6 25 20 25 20 4 6 වෙනවා නම් 26 in 3 ගියාම 23 වෙන්න ඕනේ. කොහෙද මම වරද්දලා තියෙන්නේ? forward passing එකම නාලා වගේ නේද? vertical path එක එන්නේ අනිත් පැත්ත CDH කියලා එන්නේ. හරි CDH E එකකුත් තියෙනවා. මෙතන dependency එකක් තියෙනවද? E depends on H and B. E depends on H and B. ඒක හරි. ඒ පැත්තේ නෑ critical path එකක තියෙන්නේ. H depends on D. H depends on D ද? ඔව්නේ. මගේ එක නෑනේ. shit. මෙතනත් H තියෙනවා මෙතනත් H තියෙනවා. H දෙකක් ගන්නවනේ මම. That is the issue. So here also H is there. ඔයගොල්ලෝ එක්කෙනෙක්වත් කිව්වේ නෑනේ H එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා. බලන්න කොහෙද වැරද්ද කියලා. මම හිතන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ කියයි කියලා. එයි මේ H අකුරු දෙකක්. A B C D A B C D E F G H A B C D E F G H H දෙකක් හදන්න එකයි ඔය. That is the issue. ඔබන් H 6යි. මේ join කරමු. E depends on E depends on H and B. H and B මෙන්න මෙහෙම එකක් එන්නේ. මෙතනින් මෙහෙට යනවා. අන්න ඒක තමයි වැරද්ද. එතකොට මෙතන 26 නම් මේ මෙතන ඉඳලා වරද්දලා තියෙන ඔක්කොම වැරදියා. මෙතන තව එකක් යවන්න මෙහෙට. මුලින් ඉඳලා දින්නනවා. හරි මුලින් ඉඳලා දින්නනවා. So let's do it from the beginning. කලින් කිව්වෙත් නෑනේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ එච් එක දෙපාරක් යන්න කියලා. Right, so let's draw it again because we made a mistake. Right, so let's double check again because I'm not very sure about. I rely on myself now. Okay, right. So A task duration is 3. Okay, done. B task duration is 2. Done. And depends on A. Correct. I'm going to delete this also. C task duration is 10, and it doesn't depend on anything. D task duration is 10. It depends on C, correct. E task duration is 3, and it depends on H and B. Okay, this is B, and it depends on H also. It depends on H also. That we missed last time. I missed last time because only I was doing. F, it doesn't depends on anything but 4. Yes, it does not depends on anything but it's 4. G depends on A and F. G depends on A and F, and its duration is 5, correct. H depends on D and G. H depends on D and G, and its duration is 6, correct. Now I have to do it from the beginning now. 0, 4, 0, 3, 0, 10, because I start with 0. Okay. So then this is 4, this is 3. The bigger one is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9. And this is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5. When this is 5, this is 5. Now this is 5. And this is 8. මේකට එන්න බෑ තාම මේ පැත්තට එන්න බෑ. එකපාරට යන්න බෑනේ. From this side it is 5. Okay. අනිත් පැත්තෙන් එන්න ඕනේ දැන්. So from here 3, here 4, we take 4. 4 plus 5, 9. From here 9. This is 10. This is 10. 10 plus 10, 20. This is 20. The bigger guy is 20. 20 plus 6 is 26. Here 26. 5 bigger guy is 26. 26 plus 3 is 29. හරි බලන්න අර මාකින් ස්කීම් එකේ තියෙනවනේ නම් 30 කියලා. හරි මාකින් ස්කීම් එකේ තියෙන 30 කියලා. මෙතන වරද්දලා තියෙනවා මේ 30 කියලා දාලා මේ 31 එන්න බෑ. 27 කියලා 27 දාලා ඉවරලා. මේ 30 ඉඳලා 31 දාන්න බෑනේ. මේ උත්තරේ වලත් වැරදි තියෙනවා. හරි. examiner වරද්දලා තින්නේ. මාක් කරලා හරි. examiner answer sheet එක කරලා හරි. Right. Now this is 29. So therefore we take this one as 29 because that is the biggest guy, biggest value. 29 minus 3 is 26. So therefore this is the biggest one is 29. Therefore we can take 29. 29 minus 6, 23. Okay. So that 23 comes here. Therefore this is 13. That 23 comes here. So therefore this is 17. Then this 26 comes here. So therefore this is 24. Okay. From here 17, here 24, here 24, here 17. We have to take the smaller one. 17. 17 minus 3 is 14. Okay. Critical path and they parapo. From here 13, 13. And 13 minus 10 is 3. Critical path and I don't get where the issue is. HDC. H. Make it no DC. Made it kind of 23 and 23. 23 in the Hakian. Say 26, 29 now. මෙයා එන්න 26 කියලා නේ. මේ dependency එකක් තියෙනනේ මේක 26 නම් මෙතන 26 අන්න එතන වැරද්දුවා. 26 minus 20 to 6 20. So therefore this is 20. 20 minus 10 is 10. So therefore this is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0, right? ඔන්න දැන් හරියා. දැන් මේ හරියි. මොකද මේ dependency මගේ අතින් ආයි මිස් වුණා. මෙතන 29 නම් මෙතන තියෙන එක තමයි මෙතන දෙන්නේ 26 කියලා. So now critical path is done. Critical path is this path. Right. So the critical tasks are C, D, H, E. C, D, H, E. It will be ended in 29th day. Right. 29 දවසේ යාට එන්නේ 30 කියලා මොකද එයා එකෙන් පටන් ගන්න තියෙන්නේ. Yeah. ඒකත් වරද්දලා 31යි කියලා දාලා තියෙනවා. අනිත් පැත්තෙන් එනකොට 11 කියනවා මට 10 කියලා එන්න ඕන C ගේ 10 කියලා. Right. So that is a critical path. Okay. Right. So that is how you do it. C, D, E, H. Right. So there's another question here. Now for this one, how many marks? 25 marks. And there's 10 marks more. 10 marks more. Task C need 10 computers. Right. Task C need 10 computers. Task C. So this one needs 10 computers. Okay, 10 computers. And task A and F needs 5 computers each. Task A and F. 5 computers. F 5 computers. Now you can see that these tasks are independent. They are not depending on. That means we can start at the beginning. Right? Start at the beginning. How can you reduce the number of computers required by applying resource leveling technique? කොහොමද දානම resource ප්‍රමාණය අඩු කරගන්නේ? හරි. resource leveling technique එකට ගිහිල්ලා මොකද කරන්න පුළුවන්? Now this is critical part. So therefore we don't want to delay this. We don't want to delay this, and it needs 10 computers anyway. So therefore, if you are going to start this task, you need 10 computers anyway. Okay, anyway. But if you closely look at this, now this is 17. So therefore, this is also 17. Let's finish that. And so this is also 17. 17 minus 4 is 13. Okay. So මෙයාගේ late start එක 13th day එකේ. මෙයාගේ late start එක 14th day එකේ. අනිත් පැත්තට මෙයාට ඕන දවස් 3යි දවස් 4යි. right? දවස් 3යි දවස් 4යි. So therefore, what can we do? Anyway, we need these 10 computers. So what we can do is we can delay one of these tasks. Right? Otherwise, we need 20 computers at the beginning. If all three are started, 10, another 5, another 5, that means we need 20 computers. Right? So, but if you delay either A or F task, because there's a buffer of here there's a buffer of 13. 13 buffer එකක් තියෙනවා. මෙයාට තියෙන buffer එකක් කොච්චරද? මෙයාට buffer එකක් තියෙනවා ආපහු 14. So therefore, and they take only 3 days and 4 days. So therefore, we can either start F and for first 4 days, and then you start the A. So then that those 5 computers can be reused here. Right? In that case, we need only 15 computers. I don't see how can we remove this one, because anyway that task need 10 computers. Right? So rather than 20 computers, then we can survive with 15 computers. I don't know. That is my answer. Let's see the answer. Delay the task A and F until task C is finished. Oh, yeah, they are the venom katadare. C එක ඉවරනකම්ම ඉන්නවලු. එහෙම ඉන්න පුළුවන්ද? එච්චර ඩිලේ කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? මෙයාට යනවා දවස් කීයක් 10ක්. ඔව් ඒකත් ඇත්ත තමයි. හරි. මෙයාගේ බෆර් එක තියෙනවා 14ම. හරි. ඔව් ඒක තමයි හොඳම සොලියුෂන් එක ඇත්තටම. හරි. So here the slack is 14 days. Right? 14 days. Here the slack is 17 minus 4, 13 days. So we can delay those tasks 13 and 14 days respectively, right? 13 and 14 days. So therefore, we can start those two tasks at the end of the 10th day, because 10 plus 3 is 13. 10 plus 4 is 14. We can delay it until 17. So then those 10 computers are available. Right? Of course, the other tasks are happening. Then these 10 computers are available for your class tasks F and A and F. So therefore, it's even better. Otherwise, you need 15 computers. Now you can survive with 10 computers. Right? Because the buffer is big, 13 days and 14 days. 13 days and 14 days means, yes, we are going to start both, but at the end of the 10th day. So then we can give, because here we have 10 computers, we can give 5 to this one, other 5 to this one, and both can be done. We don't want to wait until this is done to start this one, because then we are in trouble. We are in trouble because if you start it in 10th day, then we can finish it on the 13th day. Still it is possible actually, right? Even if you have only 5 computers, still we can do, because we can start this in the 11th day and we can finish it in 14th day. 14th day වෙනකන් ඉන්න බෑ. මොකද එතකොට මෙයා 13th day එකේ පටන් ගන්න ඕන. බෑ. So that is not possible. Oh, that is not possible. But you can do like this. You can start it in 11th day, because you can go up to 13th day. Then you will finish it 16th. 8th බෑනේ. 8 දවස් 16 14 පටන් ගන්න බෑ. Oh, so you have to do these two tasks parallelly. But after, in the 11th day, we can start it on the 11th day, so that our 10 computers are available, 5 given to this, 5 given to this, right? So you have to explain it. You have to explain. So these questions are not easy. You have to think hell a lot of things, right? Delay the task A and F until the task C is finished. Then the 10 computers used for task C can be given to both task A and F, right? 5 each. So then only you are going to get that 10 marks, okay? Right. Right, now let's finish our theory part. Theory part is ivarak naha hari. So let's get back to our note. Right, so now we are going to discuss few more things. Okay. Right, so now remember the total slack is the time that a task can be delayed without delaying the project delivery date. So that is called total slack, without delaying the project delivery date. For example, when you take these things, so here the slack is 13. Here the slack is 14. Actually, what we got as slack here is they are all total slack. They are all total slack. I hope that you can understand. Okay. Total slack. Appo slack කියලා එන්නේ හැමතිස්සෙම total slack එක තමයි. But the critical path activities, the total slack is 0. Right? So that is very important. So then we have something called free slack or free float. So that is different. Free float or the free slack is the time that you can delay, right, without delaying the earlier start of the any immediate succeeding task. So that is called free slack. That is different. Okay, that is different from total slack. Right? For example, if you take this one, now here I can delay this task by 14 days. That means either I can start in the 0th day or 14th day. It is not going to affect the deadline. So that is total slack. Okay. But the latest yeah, so 14 days, right? But if you delay there's another one here. Yeah, you can delay 14 days, but the earliest, the late start is 24. Late start 24. මෙතනට ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ හැබැයි. කියන එක explain කරන්න උදාහරණයක් ගන්න බෑ දඟලන්න. Okay, let's take an example from our note. Say we have something like this. Right. Now this is the critical path. Okay, this is the critical path. For example, here you can delay this task by 2 days without affecting the project delivery. And also here the free slack and total slack is the same, because if you here the earliest late finish is earliest finish is 10, earliest start is 10. The late start is 12. So again, therefore the both free slack and the total slack is the same. ඔය දෙක වෙනස් වෙන උදාහරණයක් නැද්ද කියලා මම බලන්න. මේක බලන්න. Now this one, I think this one is correct. This one is applicable. Okay. Right. So this is the critical path. Okay, this is the critical path. Now here the total slack is 3 minus 9, 6. Right. Total slack is 6 days. That means I can delay this by 6 days without affecting the delivery project deadline. Right. But if you look at closely, the latest finish is 11. Here the latest start is 11. Okay. So therefore, if you delay it by 6 days, of course, the project deadline is not going to affect, but the starting date of this task is going to be affected. Right. So therefore, here the free slack is 0, because the moment you delay the particular task, this is going to be delayed. Right. This is going to be delayed, and this is okay because the latest start is 14. So therefore, the delay is not going to affect this one. Right, 1 day, 2 days, and even 3 days delay. But even each day is going to affect this one. Each day is going to affect this one. So therefore, the free slack is 0. Sorry, total slack is 6, but free slack is 0 because each day is delaying this one. Each day is delaying this one. Though it is not going to affect your final deadline, it is going to affect another task. So therefore, the total slack and free slack is different there. Okay. Right. That is the difference between total slack and free slack. Free slack is the amount of time an activity can be delayed without delaying the earlier start of any succeeding activity, whereas free float is without delaying the project delivery date. Two different things. Okay. Right. So then you can have lag times. Right. Lag time. So lag time means now these things they have no task in the exams up to this day. Okay. But anyway, they can at any time they can ask. So that is why I added it. Okay. Right. So lag time means sometimes when you do a task, you can't immediately start the next one. Right. So sometimes there's a delays, or you have to mandatorily wait for some times. So those are more related when it comes to construction industry. For example, if you put up a slab, you have to wait few days, right? 10 or 15 days until you can do the next task related to the slab. Right. So that is called lag time. Lag time. Okay. So then we have to consider that lag time also when you are creating the earliest start date of the next task, because earliest start date, if the earliest finish date of the previous task is 10 and if the lag time is 5, earliest start date of the next task is not 10, it is 50. Now you have to add that. Okay, now you have to add that. Right, so let's take an example. So you can always refer to these videos. Okay, this one I have not given the video, but I will give you the video list, the complete video list. Okay. Right. So now you can see that we have task A, B depends on A, B depends on A, and C depends on B, but there's a lag time. Lag time of how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So therefore we can draw it like that: A to B, B to C, but there's a lag time of 7. Finish to start 7. This is the convention we can use. Finish to start 7-day lag time. So now this is 0, this is 3 because task takes 3, and this 3 we can put it there. 3 plus 5, 8. But now you can't put up 8 here because there's a lag time. 8 plus 7 is 15. So therefore earlier start is 15. Then of course 15 plus 3, 18. Then you transfer that and you come back there also. It is, if it is 15, you can't just put up 15 here. 15 minus 7 is 8. Now you can do the backward pass. Okay, so that is called lag time. Right? If the examiner tell something like that, you have to consider that. So then we have something called lead time. Right? Lead time. So lead time is overlapping between tasks. Sometimes they will say we can start this task before the previous task is ended, maybe 3 days before the previous task is ended. So then it's a lead time. Usually for the exam, it's more important is the lag time. Okay, not the lead time. Then your examiner might give you, now so far when they say dependency, it's always finish to finish, sorry, start, finish to start. But you never know, your examiner might give finish to start, start to start, finish to finish, start to finish. The examiner might give you any of those possible dependencies. Then the way you tackle is little bit different. The approach is the same, but the calculations you have to pay attention. Okay, right. So let's take an example. So each and every examples I have given a video so that you can go through the video also. Okay, right. So this is the question. Listen to this very carefully, right? So we have 3 activities, and also you can refer to the video at the end. We have 3 activities A, B, C. A is not depending on anything, and its duration is 3. So we can even draw the Gantt chart, sketch it, okay? Because these questions are otherwise difficult. So therefore, we can start the A at the very beginning, and it takes 3 days. Then B depends on A, and it takes 4 days. So therefore, if they just say predecessor, always consider that it is finished to start. So therefore, immediately when A finish, you can start B, and it takes 4 days. And the C, 3 days, finish to start, but with 2 days of a lag time. So that means we have to give another 2 days to start this, and it takes 3 days. So this is the Gantt chart. Now let's draw the activity or node diagram. Activity or node diagram. So this is 0 because it's earliest start and earliest finish. Duration is 3, 0 plus 3, 3. Only concentrate on the forward passing. So this is normal finish to start. So therefore we can just say 3, and task duration is 4, 3 plus 4, 7. And this is again finish to start, but there's a lag time of 2, right? So therefore I have to add that 7 plus 2, 9. And then the task duration is 3, 9 plus 3, 12. And now we have to transfer that here, 12, 12 minus 3, 9. Now 9 minus 2, 7, because there's a lag time. Then 7 minus 4 is 3. That 3 you can take because there's no lag time here. And 3 minus 3 is 0. And of course, this is the only path, therefore it is going to be critical path. But remember, we have used the lag time. That is why you don't just transfer this to this. You have to add that here. Here also you have to subtract that. Okay, 9 minus 2, 7. Right. So that is how you tackle scheduling with lag times. Okay. Now some more interesting questions. If you have a start to start dependency, so far it is all finish to start. How can you do? Okay. And sometimes start to start with lag time also. Right. Sometimes just the start to start, or examiner can give start to start, but there's a lag time of 2. There's a delay period of 2, mandatory delay. Let's do an example. Okay. Right. Assume that this is our task. A, B, C, D. A, no predecessor. It takes 2 days. I can draw like that. Okay. I can draw like that. I can draw like that. Right. B, 3 days. But start to start with A. ඒ කියන්නේ A පටන් ගන්නකම් B පටන් ගන්න බෑ. මේක this is not a end to start. So that means the moment A start, you can start B. Start to start. And it takes 3 days. So therefore, the moment A start, you can start B and it takes 3 days. So C, it's regular. ඔය නිකන් කියන්නේ නැහැ කියන්නේ ඒ මොකද්ද? End to start. ඒ කියන්නේ B end වුණාම අපිට C පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන් lag එකකුත් නැහැ. එහෙනම් B ඉවර වෙච්ච ගමන් C පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන් lag එකක් නැහැ. And it takes 4 days. And D depends on C. Start to start with the lag of 2. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ C start වෙනකොට අපිට D පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් lag එකක් තියෙනවා 2ක. දැන් C පටන් අරන් දවස් 2කට පස්සේ අපිට D පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. එයාට යන දවස් 3ක්. ඔන්න Gantt chart එක. සමහරට ඕම Gantt chart එක අඳින්න දෙන්න දෙනවා. හරි. Right. Now we have to fill the our third chart. Okay. Activity or note chart. කොහොමද කරන්නේ? We have 4 activities. Okay. First one is A. මෙතන ආය අදිනවා මම. A. Then depending on A, we have B. A, B. Depending on B, you have C. C. And depending on C, you have D. D. ඉතින් බලන්න ඉන්න. Duration ටික මම දානවා දැන්. Duration 2, B duration 3, C duration 4, and D duration 3. And here no predecessor, but B, A depends on A, but it start to start. එක අපි ලියන්න ඕන. හරි, start to start නම් ලියන්න ඕන නැත්නම් pattern out. Start to start කියලා. හරි. Then B depends, sorry, C depends on B, it's a regular. Regular ලියන්න ඕනේ. And D depends on C, again start to start, but with the lag of 2 also. Start to start with lag of 2. මේවල start to start with lag with 0. හරි. දැන් පුරන්න ඕන. දැන් පුරාදි පරිස්සමෙන් පුරන්න ඕන. So this is my zeros day. 0 plus 2 is 2. That is earliest finish. And this is a start to start with no lag. So therefore, when we have to, A has to start for B to start. That's it. So therefore, A can start in the 0th day. That means B can also start in 0th day. And the earliest finish is 3. Okay. Then lazy. Make a regular. N to start. So this is 3 means this is 3. Then 4 plus 3 plus 7. This is again start to start. That means when this start, we can start this, but there's a delay of 2. So therefore, this start on the 3rd day, we need to have 2 days delay. Therefore, we can start this on 5th day. Then maybe ඉස්සර දාන්නේ මෙතන මේක බලලා තමයි මේක දාන්නේ. මේක බලලා නෙමෙයි. මොකද මේක start to start. And then 5 plus 3 8. And then අර වගේ වෙනවා backward pass 8 8 plus 3 5. This is again start to start. Now you have to fill this one. මෙයා start කරලා දවස් 2කින් තමයි මෙයා start කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් මෙයාගේ 3යි. 3යි 2යි 5යි. මේක regular එකක්. එහෙනම් මෙතන 3යි. 3න් 3ක් ගියාම බිඳුවයි. මේක ආයි start to start එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙයා පටන් ගන්න දවසේ මෙයා පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙනම් මෙයා බිඳුවයි කියන්නේ මෙයාත් බිඳුවයි. මෙයා බිඳුවයි කියන්නේ මෙයා 2. ඔන්න වැඩේ ඉවරයි. වැඩේ ඉවරයි. So it will take 8 days. 8. අන්න start to start එකක් තමයි අපි කතා කරන්නේ. අපි ඒ වගේම බලමු finish to finish එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ A has to be finished for B to finish. A finish කරනකම් B finish කරන්න බෑ. දැන් ඔයාලට තේරෙන්න ඕන. Right. A is not depending on anything. It takes 3 days. Now B depends on A. B කියන එක නේමද depends on finish to finish. ඒ කියන්නේ A finish වෙනකන් ඔයාලට B finish කරන්න බෑ. එච්චරයි. උතනින් කියන්නේ A finish කරනකම් B finish කරන්න බෑ. ඒ කියන්නේ A finish B finish කරන්න ඕනේ මෙතන. එයාට යන්නේ දවස් 2යි. එහෙනම් ඒව පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන් දවස් 2කට කලින්. එච්චරයි කියලා දෙන්නේ. කීප එකයි කරන්න ඕනේ. C again finish to finish with B. That means you can't finish C until B is finished and two days after B is finished. B ඉවරලා දවස් දෙකකට පස්සේ තමයි C ඉවර කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ B ඉවර වෙන්නේ මෙතන නම් C ඉවර කරන්න පුළුවන් දවස් දෙකකට පස්සේ. අර දවස් 3ක් යනවා දෙන අපි මේ පැත්තට තමයි දැන් 3ක් අදින්න ඕන. ඔන්න හරියටම අදින්න ඕන. Now D depends on C. It's a regular thing. ඒ කියන්නේ C ඉවර වෙච්ච ගමන් අපිට D පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ලැග් ගන්න නැහැ. C ඉවර වෙච්ච ගමන් D පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන් දවස් 3ක්. ඔන්න ගැන් chart එක. ගැන් chart එක. දැන් අපිට පුළුවන් ඕන network flow diagram එක අදින්න. හරි මම එකත් මෙහෙම අදිනවා. four tasks are there. හරි. A කවුරුත් මත depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ. B depends වෙනවා A මත. B depends on A and C depends on B and D depends on C. Out of that, this is finish to finish with no lagging and finish to finish with no lagging. And this one also, B and C also finish to finish but lagging too. ඔන්න දැන් කතන්දරේ තියවිච්ච ටික දාගෙන ඉවරයි. දැන් ඩියුරේෂන් ටික දාගමු. A ට දවස් 3යි, B 2 days, C 3 days and D also 3 days. So therefore we can start at 0. 0 plus 3, 3. Now we have finish to finish. A finish කරාම තමයි අපිට B finish කරන්න පුළුවන්. ලැග් ගන්න නැහැ. එහෙනම් A finish කරන 3 වෙනි දවසේ නම් B finish කරන්නත් ඕන 3 වෙනි දවසේ. දැන් මෙයා මෙතන දාන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් දවස් දෙකක් යනවා නම් මෙයා පළවෙනි දවසේ පටන් ගන්න තියෙනවා. මේක finish to finish with 2 days lag. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙයා finish කළා දවස් දෙකක් කරලා මෙයා finish කරන්න පුළුවන්. 3 plus 2 5. දැන් අනිත් පැත්තෙන් එන්නේ 5 minus 3 2. This is a regular, right? This is a regular thing. So therefore 5 කියන්නේ 5. 5 plus 3 8. Then 8 මෙතන දාන්න 8 minus 3 5. This is a regular one. So therefore this is 5. 5 minus 3 2. This is finish to finish. මෙයා finish කළා දවස් දෙකකට පස්සේ මෙයා finish වෙන්න ඕනේ. එහෙනම් මෙයා finish වෙන්න කීයද 3. 3 minus 2 1. මෙයා finish to finish. මෙයා finish වෙන දවස් තමයි මෙයා finish වෙන්නේ. එහෙනම් මෙයා 3යි 3 minus 3 ඔන්න උත්තරේ. ඉතින් ඒක කොහොමද critical path එකක් තමයි. අන්න උදේට project duration එක හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් වුණා. හරි. මෙයාට lag නෑ. මේ ඔක්කොටම lag නෑ. හැමෝම මේ දවස්වල කරන්න ඕනේ. හරි. ඔය වගේම එකක් තමයි start to finish. Start to finish. අපි example එකක් කරමු. මේවා තමයි exam එක ඉස්සරහට එන්න තියෙන question. ඔයාලට වෙන එක එක අවුරුද්දට එක එක වහන්න යා. කවුරුද resource leveling කරන්න කියනවා. Right, A B C. A, B, C. A duration is 3, B duration is 3, C duration is 4. Right. B depends on A, C depends on B. Right. So B depends on A, start to finish 5. This one regular thing, right? Regular thing, it's a regular thing. Okay, right. So we start with 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. Now this is start to finish. So that means A must start for B to finish. Okay. But with lag of 5, that means after 5 days after A starts, you can finish B. 5 days after A start, we can finish B. So therefore, A start in 0 day, therefore this is 5. Then 5 minus 3, 2. This is a regular thing. So therefore, this is 5, 5 plus 4, 9. And this is 9, 9 minus 4, 5. This is a regular thing. 5, 5 minus 3, 2. And this is again start to finish. Lag එකක් එක්ක. එහෙනම් මෙයාට වඩා දවස් 5කට පස්සේ තමයි මෙයා ස්ටාර්ට් කරලා දවස් 5කට පස්සේ තමයි මෙයා ෆිනිෂ් කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙනම් ඒකවත් 0 වෙන්න ඕන. මොකද මෙතන 5 ඉවරනවා. එහෙනම් මේක 3 වෙයි. ඔන්න උත්තරේ. It take 9 days, okay? 0033 2255 9 and 5599. මේ තියෙන ඔක්කොම කලවමට තියෙන එක. කොහොම කලවමට තියෙනවා. හරි? මේක කරන්න පුළුවන් කිසි කරදරයක් නැතුව හොඳට කල්පනා කරලා කරාට පස්සේ. හරි? හොඳට කල්පනා කරලා කරන්න ඕන. ගැන් chart එක අඳින එකයි මේක ඉන්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට් නා. ගැන් chart එක නැතුව මේක අඳින්න පුළුවන්. හරි? කරමුද ඔයගොල්ලෝ තනියෙන් කරන්න පුළුවන්. වීඩියෝ එක තියෙනවා මෙතන. වීඩියෝ එක තියෙනවා නම් කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. තේරුම් නැත්නම් මට කියන්න මම ඊළඟ දවසේ කරන්නම්. හරි? කල්පනාවෙන් දාන්න ඕනේ හැබැයි ආ. කල්පනාවෙන් data ටික දාන්න ඕනේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා. dependency ටික හරියට ගන්න ඕනේ. මේක start to start the start to finish the finish to finish the කියලා කල්පනා කර කරම දාන්න ඕනේ. අනිවාර්යෙන් තනියෙන් කරන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා මේක. ඊට පස්සේ වීඩියෝ එක බලන්න. හරි වීඩියෝ එකේ ඉතින් මම එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන ටිකම තමයි වීඩියෝ එකත් එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්නේ. මොකද හිතා හොඳට එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරලා තියෙනවා. හරි. right so the ගණන් හදන ටික ඔක්කොම ඉවරයි දැන් ආ. පොඩි තියරි කොටසක් තියෙනවා. චූටි කොටසක්. හරි. So we have come up to this point and all the calculations are done now. Calculation කරන ටික ඔක්කොම කරලා ඉවරයි. අපි ඊළඟ දවසේ තව පොඩි theory කොටසක් තියෙනවා චුට්ටයි. Maybe another 1 hour. We are not going to do any past paper questions because the past paper questions we did. Then we will be moving to the cost management. Right? It's again pretty much like the same sort of fuzziness is there. So many calculations are there. Okay. I told you that you can self-learn other things, but it's very difficult for self-learning, scheduling, and cost management. Okay, right. So we stop at this point. So the next time when we are doing the project management, we will be finishing this and we move on to the cost management. Actually, cost management doesn't take this much time. Cost management වෙලාව යන්නේ නැහැ. හරි. Scheduling තමයි ලොකුම topic එක. හරි. ඊට පස්සේ චූටි topic දෙකක් තව කරන්න තියෙනවා. එතකොට syllabus ඉවරයි. ඕගලන්ට මේ මට access නැහැ මේ මොකටද middleware architecture නේ මොකද ඒකට ඔයගොල්ලෝ කියන්නේ අර අනිත් subject එක හරි ඒකේ topic 3කට වඩා තියෙනවා නම් මට පොඩ්ඩක් දාන්න මොකද මට පේන්නේ නැහැ අපේ login එකට ඒ subject එක පේන්නේ නැහැ මොකද එතකොට අපිට ඒක කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන් so you have shared me how many topics right enterprise resource you have shared me 1 2 3 but there are 6 I think sorry not 6 11 මම දන්නේ මේගොල්ලෝ ඇයි මේවා පබ්ලිෂ් නොකරන්නේ කියන එක මට ප්‍රශ්නයක් හරි මාර්තු වල එක්සෑම් සීනවලු තාම ජනවාරි ඉවර වෙන්නත් ළඟයි තාම ටොපික් 3යි පබ්ලිෂ් කරලා තියෙන්නේ මම දන්නේ මේවා කාට කියන්න ඕන අවනඩුද කියලා හරි ඔයගොල්ලෝ අහලා බලන්න ඇයි එහෙම කරන්නේ කියලා හරි අයිය අපිට මෙහෙම බද දෙන්නේ කියලා හරි නේද ජනවාරි මාර්තු වල එක්සෑම් තියෙනවා නම් දැන් පෙබරවාරි වල ළඟ වෙද්දී අඩු ගන්න 6ක් 7ක්වත් දාලා තියෙන්න බෑ. ඉතින් අපිට නෝට්ස් ටික බලන්න නැතුව හරියට මේක කරන්න බෑනේ මේ මොන ඩෙප්ත් එක හිතා ගන්න බෑනේ සිලබස් එක චුට්ටක් බලලා. Right. So therefore if they have published anything other than 1 2 3 please immediately post it to me or the group so that we can do it okay. මොකද මේ හරිය ඒගොල්ලෝ මොනවා tools පාවිච්චි කරනවද කියලා තාම අපි දන්නේ නැහැ. Right, we stop at this point, right? If you If you have any questions, just post it to the WhatsApp group. I will be looking into those. Okay, we stop at this point.